Hi, it's Chofilo de la Paz III again of Dolce Beer Properties by Filipino Homes. This video will be the first of many for the real estate investment book review. Parang haba, no? Real estate investment book review. Kaya magandang acronym. Anyway, kung may naisip kayong acronym for this segment, please comment down below. Pero bago ang lahat, please hit like, subscribe, and click on the bell so you'll be notified every time we have another new video. Okay, as promised, the first book is Robert Kiyosaki's Real Book of Real Estate. This book has 500 pages, quite extensive, exploring all the nooks and crannies of real estate investing. It took me a week to finish this book since I tried reading it out loud while taking down notes. Siyempre, kailangan din natin mag-practice ng English kasi may mga terms sa real estate investing na wala sa Tagalog. Katulad na lang ng salitang real estate. Kung alam nyo, makibanggit na lang din po sa comment section para malaman din ng iba. Okay, it's broken down into 4 parts. Business of real estate, your real estate project, creative ways to make money in real estate, and lessons learned. The Real Book of Real Estate is it's like books within a book, since Robert Kiyosaki and his advisors teach their knowledge or lessons through the different sections. Kinda like having several authors collaborate on one book. Some of the advisors are also best-selling authors, some are real estate TV hosts, real estate gurus down to a former American president whose business is also real estate. Robert understands the importance of having a team of pros. That is one of the benefits of this book. His trusted advisors, his team, can now be your team through the pages of this book. You can also purchase an audiobook or the paperback version at the link below. I believe Audible has promos right now where you can get it for free. Okay, buckle up as this review can get specific and technical. And remember that this book is for investors and not for home finders. Meaning ito po ay para sa mga gustong mag-invest sa real estate na bilang isang negosyo at hindi pagbili ng bahay para gawing personal na tirahan. Okay. For part 1, the business of real estate. The book starts with Tom Wheelright, Robert Kiyosaki's friend, an accountant but not just an ordinary accountant. An accountant who specializes in real estate transactions. Tom discusses the value of using tax laws to your advantage. He also says that government rewards people who take the time to understand the tax code. Pag-usapan pa natin ang mas malalim ang tax codes mamaya. Sunod naman si Chuck Lotzar, a real estate attorney. Chuck discusses the value of conducting proper due diligence, not just to spot problems, but also to find hidden gems. According to Chuck, no matter how successful you have been in the past, you need to replicate good habits for diligence and closing with each new transaction. Up next is a real estate developer and inventor of the exotic wealth formula, or this wealth formula. After Wayne Palmer achieved success in real estate, he devised a formula so people can replicate it. He also talks about capitalism and how you can be part of it through different means, through savings, through OPM. By the way, hindi po ito yung original Filipino music, kundi other people's money. Ito yung mga bank loans or bigay ng mga kapamilya nyo or kahit anong kapital na hindi galing sa sarili nyong bulsa. Richdad Company also has book dedicated to just OPM. And last is through equity o paghiram kontra sa sariling pag-aari. He also says that the more you need the money, the less likely we are to believe that it exists in abundance. Under such circumstances, fear overpowers faith that money is available in ample supply. Ross McCallister comes next. He is also a real estate developer and builder. According to Ross, you have to think of all possible pitfalls before you decide on building. You do not have the expertise to handle all the development management and construction phases for the community you want to build. You need to start by putting together a development team with the strongest expertise in each area you can find. His list includes an architect, mechanical engineer, structural engineer, electrical engineer, civil engineer, contractor, and the construction team. Or huwag tipirin ang mga ginagawang projects dahil prevention is always better than cure. Next is Craig Coppola, a commercial real estate investor. He says that you have to feel what is happening around you, get to know your city officials and their staff. Find out the projects that are underway, that they are the most excited about. The more you talk with them, the more you'll get to know where the path of growth really is. Meaning laging makibalita sa munisipyo kung ano ang mga projects na excited sila. You can also check police reports of crimes. He also discusses the market cycle quadrant. This includes 4 phases. One is recovery, expansion, hypersupply, and the recession, then back to recovery. Maaring hindi ito applicable sa Pinas kasi ang real estate chart ng Pilipinas ay laging paakyat at bihirang mag-fluctuate. Craig also identifies 5 rules of leasing which are... Let's move on to Garrett Sutton, a real estate asset protection attorney. In the book, he shared his 10 rules for protecting your real estate. Ito yung tamang insurance dahil kadalasan bebentahan ka ng ahente ng insurance na baliwala din pala dahil hindi covered ang mga sinabi niyang covered. He discusses the protection of different kinds of insurance coverage and what they don't cover. With this guide, you won't be blindsided by promises made by insurance agents. Here's the guide. You can pause the video if you want to read through them. Next is Bernie Bass, also a real estate attorney. Bernie handles real estate disputes. He says that you should hire an attorney before you invest and not after. He also reminds us that do not just work with a seller's real estate broker when you are buying a property. You want a trusted broker who will advise you to walk away from the deal if that is the best thing for you to do when disputes arise. Do whatever you can to work it out through mediation, arbitration. Litigation should be your last resort. Or mas magandang kumuha ng attorney sa natitingin kung malinis yung mga dokumento, lalo na kung real estate yung negosyo nyo. So part 2, your real estate project. Simulan natin kay Mel Schultz, a land developer. According to Mel, it's just as important to understand the tax and legal aspects at the beginning of a property transaction, so you can get off on the right foot, as it is to understand these same implications when selling the property purchased. He regularly hires and talks to CPAs and lawyers before getting too far down the road in real estate. He also touches the rezoning or turning a residential area to a commercial area. Curtis Oaks is a property developer who likes to profit from the problems, and he and his wife's mantra is improving property for appreciation. And he has this 3-step solution. Step 1, become an expert in the particular area. Step 2, seek out the latest expensive section within the area. And step 3, look for problem properties, then improve it. He also discusses the power of having a great team with different specialization. Naghahanap siya ng properties na pwedeng ma-upgrade at gawing commercial para mas tumaas ang value. Next is John Finney, a real estate attorney and a real private investor. John talks about analyzing the deal and uses fast food franchises to acquire real estate. He uses phrases like, will the dogs like it? Or in other words, will it be patronized? Or sa Tagalog, papatok ba? He reminds us to always check out competitor data before deciding if it will be profitable. You have to eliminate the chances of failing. And you can build or manage your way out of a poor location, no matter how hard you try or how much you spend. Or kung pangit talaga ang lugar, huwag nang ipilit. Scott McPherson talks about the depth of due diligence o masipag na panunuri, which he then categorized into 5 sections. Physical review, legal title, third-party reports, and accounting tasks. He explained that having a holistic team can avoid hidden problems, challenges you won't uncover on your own. Scott also explains the importance of lawyers reviewing documentation thoroughly before you buy a property. Parang katulad din ng sinabi ni Bernie Bass kanina. Next is Kim Dalton. She's an interior designer. She also talks about the importance of having a team. For her, this includes an architect, interior designer, general contractor, landscape architect, engineers, and appropriate subcontractors. She also discusses the 5 points of successful staging, which are clean, clutter-free, color creativity, and compromise. Nagbigay siya ng mga idea kung paano patataasin ang halaga ng isang gusali sa pamamagitan ng maganda at eleganteng disenyo. Again, Scott McPherson, a mortgage broker, says that you should always ask yourself before buying real estate, whether a shelter or investment, such as short-term trade, long-term hold, buying for income, etc. He talks about the importance of building a credible team. It does not matter how talented you think you are. You need to surround yourself with a very good team. Meaning, gumawa ng team ayon sa proyekto. His list includes the following. Next is Ken McElroy, who discusses property management. He says that successful property managers know how to improve the value of a property in 3 general areas, which he calls triple threat, which are income, expenses, and systems. Ito yung maintenance ng property para hindi mabulok at bumaba ang value. Part 3, creative ways to make money in real estate. Simulan natin kay Gary Gorman. He's a real estate tax attorney. Gary is well known for being an expert on the IRS Code Section 1031 or the famous 1031 exchange, which is a tax break for real estate investors. They say a lot of Americans got wealthy utilizing the IRS code. Meron tayong separate video kung saan in-interview natin si Attorney Harold Respicio of Respicio & Company Law Firm patungkol sa kanyang pananaw at kung meron ba tayong katulad na sa American 1031 exchange law. Ang sagot ay yes and no. Para sa mas malalim na detalye, please check the link below. For the US, these are the rules to avail of the 1031 exchange. Next is Carleton Sheets. Talks about the power of, again, OPM or other people's money. He says that creativity is key when you want to enter the game of real estate without having upfront capital. Ito na yung sinasabing hindi kailangan ng kapital kung gustong pumasok sa real estate. Diskarte at pagiging maparaan lang ang kailangan. He also mentions that no matter what the market dictates, one fact remains constant. People still need a place to live. Whether they are renting or owning, there will always be a situation where a growing family needs to upsize or a retiring person needs to downsize. The real estate market is never totally stagnant. And any market can be a market to invest in as long as you know how and when to apply the techniques he's given you. Next is Dean Graziosi, a real estate marketer. Maaring nakita niya na sa mga ads about business and investing. He says that he doesn't know a successful person alive who he didn't also fail a lot at the beginning. The fear of failure is always lurking in the background of the mind, waiting to sabotage one's success. If you pretend it's not there, you can't deal with it. Acknowledge it. Then, move forward and do your best. Scott Schirmer, a real estate developer. He discusses entitlement, o yung mga karapatan mong gawin, which simply means what you're entitled or allowed to do with your property as defined by the city council, city, county, or state in which the land is located and with regard to development. He discusses how neighbors can affect your entitlement or the NIMBY or not in my backyard people. Medyo crucial to. Imagine, ayos na yung lahat, gumastos ka na sa paghahanda, sinimulan mo na yung pagpapatayo. Bigla kang irereklamo ng kapitbahay dahil matatakpan daw ang view niya. Ang masaklap, marami sila kaya ang ending ay talo ka. He lists down 20 things on how your neighbors can dictate what you can and cannot do with your property. This is the list. He also talks about the importance of attending local government meetings for relationship building with politicians and members. Up next is Marty De Rito, retail real estate expert. Ito yung mga malls. You want customers to stay longer, so they spend more money. He went to discuss that malls usually study what women want as convenience, variety, atmosphere, entertainment, security, One-stop shop, the right stores, value for dollar, cleanliness, and easy parking. He also discusses his A to Z rules on retail and real estate. Next is Kim Kiyosaki, Robert Kiyosaki's wife, also a real estate investor. Kim talks about the importance of trusting yourself as long as you dot the I's and cross the T's, which means you check all the details, making sure the I has a dot and the T has a cross. She said that active investor is constantly learning, growing, and most importantly, getting smarter about money. The passive investor who puts money in someone else's hands and walks away learns nothing. Meaning magtiwala sa sarili, lalo't hindi ka naman nag-shortcut. Kung may aberya man, at least natuto ka. Next is Donald Trump, a real estate investor at the time of writing. He tells the story about the first big deal during the college years with his dad, which was bought at $6 million and sold at $12 million after a few years without using their money. He then shared his 10 steps to big success. He also shared some quotable quotes. So parang sinasabi sa libro na hindi niya ginamit ang pera ng kanyang mayamang ama. Ngunit tinuruan siya nito na gumamit ng OPM or other people's money para mag-invest. Next is Donald Trump Jr., Donald Trump's firstborn. He shares a quote that says, "In life and business, you never get anything you don't ask for. Always negotiate." Let's move on to Eric Trump, Donald Trump's second son. He also shares a quote that says, "Do not trust anyone." He followed this by saying, "I encounter a situation on a daily basis that make me reflect on my father's words and advice. I've realized that self-reliance is a business person's most essential tool." Kung magtitiwala ka man, meaning siguraduhin mong mag-verify. At ang last ay si Robert Kiyosaki mismo na nag-share ng mga quotes, pero may isang quote na tumatak sa akin, which is, "Many lazy people are hardworking people." It's easier to be busy at work than it was to do what you needed to get rich. Many hardworking people are hiding behind the curtain of hard work. Yet deep down, they are too lazy to get rich. So, they invent an excuse. Maaring ang isang example dito ay yung kanyang ama na naikwento niya sa libro niyang Richdad, Poor Dad, kung nabasa niyo ito. At ito pala, hardworking people put their money in the bank. Lazy rich people borrow that same money so they can build businesses that produce money. So the question is, are you lazy enough to be rich? The last few lines are his parting words. One of the reasons I have a team of advisors when I invest is simply that each person sees something different. After listening to what each person has to say, I then make up my mind. The reason most investments are hard to see is that great investments are seen with your mind, not with your eyes. Fear causes most people to do nothing. Fear causes other people to take action. I still have fear. I still fear losing. I just use my fear to take action and get smarter. The first problems you will run into are real estate agents. Most real estate agents are salespeople, not investors. Buti na lang nagbasa ako ng Richdad, Poor Dad 12 years ago at nakapagtayo ng ilang businesses bago mag-register as a real estate agent. Meron din tayong video sa aking journey sa pagiging realtor. Pa-check na lang ng link sa description. Matapos mabasa ang librong ito, ang aking nakuha ay makisama sa mga taong kapareho ng iyong goal sa industriya. Kaibiganin sila dahil mas masarap bumuo ng future kasama ang iyong mga kaibigan. Maiwasan mo din ang mga scam. Parang katulad dito ng Mastermind Alliance ni Napoleon Hill sa librong Think and Grow Rich. Okay din ang librong ito. Huwag din magtipid sa pag-hire ng professionals. Imbes na makakatipid ka ay baka malugi ka pa. At ang huli ay mag-invest sa sarili. Magbasa ng mga libro ng mga taong naging successful na sa larangan. As Robert Kiyosaki said, if you do nothing, you learn nothing. If you learn nothing, you remain poor. So remember, the only way you can fail is to fail to do something. Tapos na po ang review natin sa librong Real Book of Real Estate. Sana meron kayong natutunan at kung gusto nyo din basahin ang libro, makiklik nyo na lang ang link below. Ang alam ko may libreng kopya ng audiobook, yung Audible app. Hindi matatawaran ang laman na kaalaman ng librong ito para kang pinayuhan ng 20 kaibigan na batikan sa larangan ng pagbebenta ng bahay, gusali at lupa. 2% lang ang natalakay ko. Kung meron kayong naiisip na libro tungkol sa real estate na gusto nyong i-review natin, maki-comment na lang din sa baba. Para sa ating next session ng Real Estate Investment Book Review, ang librong. If you'd like to see it as it comes out, hit like, subscribe, and click on the bell so you'll be notified on our next video. Again, this is Coppola de la Paz III of Dolce Properties by Filipino Homes. Until next time, bye.